The most annoying part about Massachusetts to me, and I don't even live in Massachusetts anymore, but I work in Massachusetts, but the most annoying part, I get aggravated, and I literally have to do breathing exercises to calm myself down because I will flip out. So it's that the roads, man, the roads are just absolute garbage. You get an alignment and the second you leave the shop, you hit a pothole. Your car is constantly getting messed with. You have to swerve all over the road just to not destroy your car. I seriously, I need to understand, where are our tax dollars going? What are they paying for? Because our education sucks. Clearly, that's very obvious. Now, if you're not putting money into education, what on earth are you putting it into? Because it's not the roads. The roads are garbage. Garbage. It's sick, man. It's really despicable and disgusting. I honestly want to buy a giant piece of land and make my own town, make my own village, and we can do our own shit. You know, I can't deal with all of the nonsense. Most of my paycheck, most of my money, just like everyone else, goes back to the government. For what? What are we paying for? And you know, I just found out last night that it very well may be that Jim Jones from Jonestown, Drink the Kool-Aid Jim, okay, that was a CIA operation to make people think that communes and living that way, having that lifestyle, you know, community living, because it's socialism really, but they wanted to make it seem crazy and scare people away from it, because people in that time, the 60s and the 70s, they were starting to live like that and realize that they don't need to live. They don't need, you know, big brother looking over them. They don't need it. And the government did a really amazing job with their psychological operations during those times. A perfect example of fear and psychological operations would be my own family. My parents left a very important trip. They went on a very important trip, and they left like a half a week early because there was a serial killer in the state of California, and they were in California, and they weren't even near it. They were hundreds of miles, 500 miles away, and they left. But that's the amount of psychological fear that put into people's minds. So do some thinking on that. All right, if it scared somebody out of going on a vacation, an important one, okay, then what else is it doing to you long term? What is it doing to you? What is it doing to your whole belief system? Because it's shaping the way you think about something. Every little time that something happens, you best believe there is a good chance that thing is a psychological operation to get you to shape your belief however the narrative wants you to shape your belief. So start to think for yourself. This is why I write free books. I give them away. This is why if you believe you're spinning on a ball through space, your mind is completely hijacked. And you might be a great person. You might be incredibly intelligent. I'm not saying you're not. I once believed that we live on a ball as well. You might be very intelligent. I know some extremely intelligent people that believe this. This is because they only believe they only know what they know. They haven't done the research. Once you do the research and you realize it makes far more sense, then you're like, okay, it's obvious then. If it makes more sense, it makes more sense. But until you're humble enough to figure out that you've been lied to, then you're lost. But I'm telling you right now, if you believe we're spinning on a ball, you are not thinking for yourself. Your brain has been completely hijacked by terrorists. That's my opinion. I love you all, and it's just my opinion, you know? I thought that I was protected under the First Amendment right of free press in this country. I guess not. I don't know. Some platforms, I'm not allowed to post on TikTok. I'm not allowed to monetize or make money on any platforms across the board, which is sick. In a free press world with a First Amendment in America, and I'm not allowed to monetize, I'm not allowed to even post. I got kicked off TikTok over 30 times. Like I said, I'm banned from posting places. So thank you, Instagram, for allowing me to post. At least you're letting me do that. I love you all very, very much. This is my opinion. Go to my website, get all my free stuff.